Hello, everyone. Okay, I snuck it. Mr. O'Brien just got up, and I'm like, I'm going live, whether you like it or not. So I just wanted to say hello. There he is. I saw his arm. I want to say hello, everyone. We are live with TNL with your host, Hollie O'Brien, and your co-host, this way, co-host, Matt O'Brien. Say hi, we're live.
We are live and excited because it is big news week, baby.
Big news week. So, why are we live right now? What's going on? So, Matt and I go live weekly on our show called TNL Triumph Nation Live. And we were going live during the day, but we decided that we wanted to see what it would be like and how many people would be able to show up if we went live in the evening. So, hi, if you're tuning in, let us know if you're tuning in live, if you're watching the replay, and where you're tuning in from, because last minute, Matt and I decided we're going to go live on our personal pages. So this here is a show that we do specially for our private group. We do not normally stream this. So it's a special night tonight. You get to see what it's all about a little bit behind the scenes on our personal pages. So if you are not in our private group, type in Nation. I was about to spell it, but I might spell it wrong. Nation. Type in Nation, Nation, and let us know if you want to join our group. My mouth is watering all of a sudden. I must be thinking of food.
You
Who
probably
here likes
are.
food?
Or wine.
Food or wine? If you like food and wine, type in food and wine so I don't feel so alone here. I'm excited for this. Okay, guys, I've got some people hopping on who are super excited because we have some big news. So we have scrolling across the stream, big news, but we'll share it later. First, I want to share with you what we're doing. We go live weekly in our group to give you special value. We answer questions. Sometimes we'll be bringing on guests. We have topics of the week that Matt will go into more detail and give you guys support that you need to on health, on hormones, on sleep, on working out, recovery, HIIT training, all the things we get to share with you, things that'll help you move throughout the day and your life. So today is a special announcement though. So we're live on our pages. Mr. O'Brien, did you want to say hi really quick?
I would love to say hi and point out the fact that Hollie and I had a good laugh in Las Vegas on our trip for my mom's 80th birthday this past weekend. Thinking back to our last show when I was brought on as a guest, and I was like, "How am I a guest on a show that I actually host with you?" But we had a good laugh, and we're learning and growing as we go through this. And Hollie and I are both launching podcasts. Hollie's Shift Happens. You definitely have to check that out. And I launched the Fat to Fit show with a client and friend, Chris Eastman. And we're documenting a 1-year journey from morbid obesity to optimum health. We had our first episode last Friday, and that's actually being uploaded right now to post tomorrow as a YouTube podcast. So big things happening, but that's not the big news.
I'm excited for that. Guys, here's the deal. Did you hear that? We are literally doing a 1-year journey with a friend of ours that we named called From Fat to Fit. He is kind of our guinea pig-ish. He's like, I'd love to be someone that we can walk with and journey with. Because if you either are in a place where you're like, I don't know how to lose the weight, or I've had babies and it's not coming off, or my hormones are all jacked up, or my age and all the different things, if maybe you are at a place where you don't want to be, we're walking with someone for you through a journey of morbid obesity, right? An epidemic that's completely taking over the world. I don't know how else to say it. Like, it's literally taking over the world. So we want to be here. We want to take our lives back, and we want to help you do the same. So if you're interested in something like this, let us know, Nation, 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 in the comments, and we want to invite you along that journey with us.
Absolutely. And welcome to all the people in the nation, because we're streaming live into our Triumph Nation. That group is Hollie and I created for time-starved, purpose-driven people, where we can help you with your health and happiness so you can live a more longer, better, happier, purpose-filled life so you can have impact. And so this is a way for us to create a community of like-minded people that we can serve, and you guys serve us, even if you don't know that. That's what we live for. And so we're journeying together, and we'll talk about the post I put up this morning. and actually was up till 2:30 in the morning writing it. And
You're in trouble, guys. Put it trouble. And you were supposed to be sleeping, Mr. O'Brien. We talked about sleep.
yes,
And
we'll
you
be
talked
talking about sleep. And my magic pill Monday was about let your yes be yes. And we committed to do this 4-day promo cycle. And part of that was writing an origin story, which I wanted to share. And I'll share, with our live audience when Hollie prompts me to, because she's the boss.
I get to be the boss. I get to be the boss.
Right. And your lighting is way better. Put in the comments if Hollie looks way more beautiful than me.
I've got 2 lights. I got 1 too.
Pretty.
I'm a professional makeup artist by trade. If y'all don't know that, I've been in the TV industry for 20 years behind the scenes. So I get to see a little bit of what to do and not to do. So Mr. O'Brien, I'll hook you up with lighting next week. How's that? I'll help you out a little bit there.
Sounds good.
So back to what our group was before. We were saying, so we have a private group and you guys are all invited. It's free, say it 10 times fast. Free private group. There you go. I got it. And we talked about this week HIT training. So do you guys know what HIT training is? Go ahead and put in the chat, wherever the chat thing is. What is HIT training? What does it stand for? I like HIT training because I can get it done. I can get it done faster than I would for 2 hours of working out. And I get a lot more results. So, and I also build muscle and I lean at the same time. So if that sounds amazing to you, definitely check out HIT training. We'll be putting workouts and stuff in our group. So if you want workouts, make sure you join our free group. So it has, high intensity interval training. Good job. You guys get a cookie.
Nailed it.
Keto people.
Already. Boom, 3. We have an educated audience.
Good job. High intensity interval training. So if you've never tried that before, definitely lean in because we've got some stuff we want to share with you with training. So Matt did a post on Tuesday, right, about
Tuesday with Chris documenting his journey, and I put him through his first mini episode of interval training, and so you can actually experience what that looks like on his face. He survived, and he was smiling. It sounds more intimidating than it really is. But like Hollie said, what I love about it is so efficient. And for those of you joining us and journeying with us, you're going to learn about the exercise pyramid. And this is just a concept like the food pyramid, but way better because it's more relevant. And we threw the food pyramid out a long time ago. But just how to explain, like the base of the pyramid is your what we call zone 2 training, your low intensity. And the peak of the pyramid is your high intensity. So it's the least amount of time, the most intense, but every 10 days, it's something that you do to keep your fast twitch muscle fibers, keep your metabolism, and keep those mitochondria firing on all cylinders. So we are excited for those of you on our personal profiles. If you have no idea what we're talking about, Triumph Nation is our community, and we're streaming this live into each week. And then for those of you in the group, we kind of are rotating through 5 different health concepts or topics in fitness, sleep and recovery, nutrition, health and hormones, and happiness, mindset, and habits are kind of the 5 pillars that we'll be rotating through. And you'll be gaining lots of great knowledge and more importantly, how to apply that knowledge in a time efficient way that's going to help you live an amazing life and stay around for a long time. So super excited.
Well, I'm excited because did you guys hear the word mitochondria? Some people you said that, didn't you?
Yeah, it's the little things in your cells.
But here's what I was going to say. I'm like, did I just dream it? Some people on here may have no idea what that means, right? So if you don't know what that means, make sure you put nation in the chat because you want to join our Triumph Nation because we're going over stuff like this. We have someone who's incredibly intelligent that's going to be sharing all of the ins and outs of mitochondria, all the big fancy words that you may not know about, and we're doing it for you for free. We want you to join us. We want to teach you. We want you to grow because if you're not growing, you're dying, right? We want you to grow. So I just wanted to put that out there and let people know like, hey, you're going to learn some really cool stuff. So we went over HIT training this week. Did I interrupt you?
No, I just said, yay, men. That's my new, I'm coining that word. I'm going to get credit when it's in the Webster Dictionary. Yay, men.
It's not yay women?
Yay, men, like amen.
I'm going to say yay women.
Yay, women. It's not a male or female thing.
I'm joking.
Like amen, but yay, men.
I'm kidding. Guys, if you don't know me, I'm really silly. So prepare for laughter. If you guys like to laugh, I'm being silly. I'm just kidding. So here's the deal, guys. We just went over HIT training a few days ago, Magic Pill Monday, which is fun because Matt actually goes live on his personal group and in Triumph Nation. It was all about integrity. And I talked about integrity to our son earlier today. We've had some things happen throughout the day where I'm like, oh my gosh, integrity is so important. Let your yes be yes, right? And the cool thing about that is the more your yeses are yes, the more things you follow through with, the more integrity that you build with people. When you goof, when you kind of beep up, people have a lot more grace for you. Do you guys agree? Put agree in the chat if you agree with that. Like if you are someone that they know like you're an upstanding person, oh, they're always going to show up and they're not going to cancel, or that their yeses are going to be yeses. When you do mess up, people have so much grace for you. So just think about that. And if you're curious about that, go back into Matt's page. Is it on your Coach Matt O'Brien or your regular one?
Which one?
Magic Pill Monday.
It's actually in the group. I stream it live into Triumph Nation. It's also on my personal profile for those of you not in the group yet.
Not yet, yeah.
So lots of places to see it, and it's on YouTube. We have our channel is Triumph Nation TV, at Triumph Nation TV. That's our YouTube channel where Hollie's I don't know, your shift happens isn't there, but Triumph Nation Live's there, Magic Pill Mondays is there, and the Fat to Fit Show podcast is there. So if you can remember that and you're more of a YouTube person and you're joining the group, we're going to be also emailing out to those of you that provided emails in the future. One of the things we're going to be, Hollie's working with some cool VAs in the Philippines that are making the magic happen behind the scenes. So that's one of the things that we're going to try to provide value, because I know a lot of people don't like to consume or prefer to consume those type of content on YouTube for whatever reason. Maybe you want to throw it up on your TV or in your headphones or on your car or whatever. But we're just trying to reach as many people, help as many people as possible. And we're just both super excited about this journey. And I was going to say, whoever's tuning in, just to see if you have seen Magic Pill Monday, either this week or last week, if you could put MPM in the comments, just to let me know if y'all are tuning in or not. But we're streaming that into Triumph Nation. We're trying to use Triumph Nation as a group and providing a lot of content in there that's valuable. You can choose to watch it or listen to it, or you can choose not to if it's relevant or irrelevant. But that's our job and our passion that we're going to commit to you. And in exchange, we're just committing or asking for your participation, your guidance, your enthusiasm, and super excited about where we're going and some of the big news that we're going to share today, and kind of what we envision this show doing on a weekly basis, and finding a time that works for as many people as possible, which is hard to do when we're talking about East Coast, West Coast, Canada. I saw somebody tuning in from Canada. Yo, 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 up our northern friends. And yo, 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 what's that?
I have no idea.
Hey, yay.
Oh, yeah, you are old. I mean,
hey.
do old people say that? You're much older. Okay, guys. So, like what Mr. O'Brien just said is, I'm joking about him being old. I mean, he's older than I am, but you know.
She's calling me Mr. O'Brien, which implies that I'm like
Mr. O'Brien's your pet name.
I know.
I like my pet name. Mr. O'Brien's his pet name.
What's yours?
I don't know. What is my pet name? Angel.
Yes. Good answer.
Angel. I won't say the other pet names that I can't say live. Okay, so back to what I was saying before is let us know if this is a good time for you. So good time for me. And then if you're watching the replay, we know that it's not a good time for you. So we're really trying to tailor this to you on what's a good timing for you. So we're 17 minutes in. So I would love to talk a little bit about our big news, Mr. O'Brien. And I think that maybe we can start off with maybe sharing some testimonials and some things of some people that we've worked with, because we could say all day long how amazing what we do is amazing. What we do is amazing, but we would rather show you. And here's the deal. What we're doing for all of you is we're creating something that you get to be a part of, not only by physically being a part of it, but we want you to help us build something because we want to change the world, and we're going to do it as a family, and we're going to do it together. So we're going to be talking about some things tonight that you actually physically get to be a part of. Like you right here, you watching, you get to be a part of it, and you get to help us build this journey for other people. And I don't know about you, but that's pretty freaking exciting, because most of the time people are like, you do this and you do that. Hey guys, how about we do this and we do that? So does that sound good in the chat? Say yes if that sounds good. And we're going to go ahead and share a couple testimonials maybe and some things with you guys so you know exactly what we're talking about here.
Sounds good. It sounds like you're rustling something over your microphone, just FYI.
Oh, no. Is it better now?
Yeah, maybe you just moved your papers over your mic.
I think I did. But thank you. I won't do that again.
And any of you that are listening with like Beats headphones, I apologize. Hopefully your eardrums did not explode. But one of the things that we want to do in the future episodes, and we're going to kind of standardize the format, but like Hollie said, we want to bring on people just like you that have done some or all or part of the journey. I always say the road to health journey is one, and happiness never ends. And over my right shoulder, which is what screen left, my book, The Magic Pill, is the subtitle is Your Prescription for a Healthier, Happier, and Longer Life. And I published that in 2012. And interestingly enough, I made some statements and predictions of what I thought to be true. And lo and behold, the scientific community and the medical community, some 11 years later, is finally agreeing with me. So maybe I'm a modern day, Hippocrates, or one of the great philosophers, Socrates. Anyway.
I didn't pay attention in school. I don't know.
So one of the segments we want to do is actually bring on people and interview them and have them share their stories. So I would like to see anybody in the chat like that actually read the post that went up this morning, the big news post. And I share with you a little bit of my journey and my goals that, I'm aspiring to as a functional health coach. And, that's been an evolution. And, when I started training professionally in 1998, way back in New York City, shout out to New Yorkers, my Brooklyns, my Manhattanites, all that stuff. I can go Brooklyn on you real quick like this. So if I have to play tough guy. But anyway, makes me want to have a pizza or something. But anyway.
Don't say pizza because my mouth is going to water.
No, you don't even like pizza.
I love pizza. It doesn't like me, though. Pizza doesn't like me, but I love pizza.
But maybe it's the red wine that goes with the pizza.
I like that, too.
But anyway, I've always had kind of this vision, long-term vision, to really aspire to be the best coach I can possibly be. And whatever you want to be good at in life, that requires kind of goals and effort. And I would say, writing the book was part of that process. And what I said, like I've invested, as Hollie will probably agree, not happily, a lot of our family money into education, workshops, masterminds, clinics, health summits, just trying to fill my brain with as much useful information, because I have a sense of integrity, like I talked about on my show this week, that I never want to recommend anything or give advice that I just don't have a firm conviction is backed by science. It has plenty of evidence and case studies, because I would never want to recommend anything that was ever harmful. And that goes back to the Hippocrates, do no harm, which I found out recently was not his actual quote, but it's what's been kind of cliched since then. But on this journey, I shared in the post, and if you didn't read it, I would encourage you to go back, because there's an opportunity, and I think 12 or 13 people already responded to my call to action, which was the word YOLO. Shout out to my YOLOs. If I liked you, your comment, which all I've had to do today. That means I documented it, and you're in the pipeline, so to speak. But as a month before my 50th birthday, we were out in Colorado on a family vacation, and I hadn't mountain biked in a lot of years. And that's because as a trainer, where your livelihood is based on your having the use of all four appendages, hopefully, I avoided risk-taking activities, which I always did in my past. And finally had the opportunity to go mountain biking, and the gym was mostly running itself. So I did. And long story short, next thing I know, I wake up in a hospital, no idea how I got there. And it wasn't for a piece of safety equipment that somebody recommended, a helmet, a very good helmet, which probably saved my life. I probably wouldn't be here today. But while I was in the hospital with torn quad tendon, broken ribs, herniated discs in my neck, pneumothorax, the traumatic brain injury, when I finally was getting my senses, I was like, looking at my feet. I remember vividly just sitting there and going, holy crap, what happened? And I just remember distinctly having a conversation with myself, Matt, you're at a crossroads here. And what's the end of this story going to look like? And it's going to be, the path to the left where, it's a possible end of my career. I can't do the things I used to do. Or can I make this in some way, some process, a story of tragedy to triumph? And if you know me, and I named the company Triumph for reasons that I always believe that we can triumph no matter what the circumstances are. So I committed to the process of healing and research everything I possibly could to do that. There's good news to that story. Obviously came back and better, stronger than I was even before. And I was able to PR, which means your personal record for the most weight I ever deadlifted. I was able to do 8 months after that operation. And anyway, it was just really kind of a wake-up call that time is precious. We're not immortal. And I need to step up my game even more and get this process evolving faster. So that's where we are, and committed to start this journey that I wanted to make the process of getting healthy simple. And that's where we kind of created this Health Made Simple, Nutrition Made Simple, Sleep Made Simple, pillars of the program, because everybody's busy. We have the attention span of a tsetse fly. And that's just the way it is. So I'm a realist. So we need simple, actionable, effective advice that we can implement in our lives, starting with me. And I'm always my first guinea pig, and Hollie's usually my second. And we kind of evolve. It's never going to stop evolving, but it's really to a point where I feel excited and enthusiastic about kind of bringing you on this journey with us. And I'd like to share some stories of people throughout my training career that have participated in the journey, and just kind of talk about those briefly. But Hollie, what do you have that might lead into that?
Well, I just want to ask people that are watching right now, like, who likes simple? Like, who here is busy? Put busy in the chat. Okay. Who here likes simple? Put simple in the chat. You're going to see a lot of people starting to put these things. They're busy, they're simple, they want guidance, because you can't do it alone. You're not meant to do life alone. So that's what we're here for. We're here to help you journey through this together, and we're helping you grow, because it's hard to do it alone, especially when we don't have all the resources. Matt does all the research for us, which makes it super simple. So I see some people in here. I'm simple, or I like simple. I'm busy. I appreciate that so much. So without further ado, I do want to you guys to stop what you're doing. If you're running all over the place, if you're helping the kids, if you're whatever you're doing, just stop what you're doing and just spend a few moments with us and look to see what we have for you, because it very well could completely change your entire future.
That's a nice lead up. And just for the record, Holly, that was, I think, the first time I ever got through that story without crying.
Good
I
job.
was talking really fast. I might cry talking about some of these.
Oh, I'll definitely cry.
People,
This is gonna make me cry.
So this is Kate, and when I moved to Florida and started my training and coaching career here back in 2004, away from New York City and a pit stop in Savannah and Miami in between. Kate was my first personal training client. And I remember specifically when she first came to me, she said, I just want to fit my clothes. And when I dug a little deeper, and if you've ever done a consult with me, we search for that why. And when I dug deeper, her why was like, she was afraid. Her mom was diabetic, and she was afraid that she wouldn't be able to have kids. And so we started this journey. She lost, the excess pounds. That's a side effect of getting healthy. And I don't like to focus on the weight, because you can be healthy and carry some extra weight. And I'm going to share with you over the time we have together, not today, but in the future, why that's true. I'm actually going to do a episode call or a post or something. It's going to be called, something to affect your fat friend may be healthier than you, because stereotypes, you can't always judge a book by its cover. But proud to report that, like, through her journey, like, she reversed her, pre-diabetes and got really healthy. And she's a proud mom of 4 kids.
Oh no, you're not supposed to cry.
And, even though she moved away, we're still friends. And
you got this. Guys, so here's the thing. Do you see this man right here? He
turning red.
cares. Well, I don't think people are used to men, especially like beefy men like you, crying. Anyone who knows you knows that you're going to cry because you're emotional. Not emotional like as in like sissy, but you deeply care about people. So I'm letting you, I'm talking so you can like compose yourself.
Get it together, but
get your together, but it's because he cares. And
at the end of the day, that's what it's about. And the currency I judge success by is, the impact that we can have in helping others. But that's Kate, and this is Akos from Hungary. And this was Hollie's client on TV, busy, and he was worried that he was going to lose his career on TV because of his weight. And she introduced him to me, and he smugly agreed. And long story short, had an amazing transformation and went on and kept his career for a lot longer than he probably would have. And so that was a really fun, exciting journey to work with him. And we're still friends. And these were people from 2004 to 2010. And then more recently, I worked with, I think, 13 different medical doctors or veterinarian doctors, like Dr. Julie here. But she came to me, and she may be actually tuned in because I know she was one of the people that put YOLO in response to my post. But, she lost 25 pounds. She honestly, in the thousands of clients I've worked with, the busiest, legitimately busy. I know everybody thinks they're busy, but if you chunk your time and really like diagrammed where all your time goes, you have time. Whereas she, mother of 4, teenage children, all in after school activities and sports and band, husband that traveled 3 weeks out of the year, of practicing veterinarian and the practice manager, managing a staff of 7, I believe. So we literally had to carve out 30 minutes once a week for exercise and 1 training session with me, and then walking her dog. and then just really tackled the stress, sleep, and nutrition piece and made that simpler, less complicated. And she went on to have phenomenal results despite the constraints of time. So I feel like she's a really practical piece of evidence that even if you're as busy as her in your own life, whatever that looks like, you can still have amazing results and amazing success and be healthy on the journey. So if you're watching, Julie, I've always told your story so many times because it still blows me away. And final one is Brent. And I believe you were there, Hollie, when I had him speak to our team, because I get texts and conversations all the time on the impact that we have on people. And Brent, shared with me that before he came to Triumph on the advice of his doctor, and he wouldn't mind me telling you this because he is posting about it, but he was diagnosed with Parkinson's. He was the terminal manager for Southwest Airlines, like the number 2 person in charge at Tampa Airport, and stressful job. But with his diagnosis and having seen the downstream results of that diagnosis with people that he was wheeling onto the plane, he just couldn't envision that life for him. And so he had talked to 6 other gyms before. I'm just trying to relay the story he did, and Hollie can jump in and correct me. But he just said that he came, his 7th stop, we had a conversation, and he knew things were different. And through the process of us working together, what he admitted to our team was that he was having suicidal thoughts because he didn't want to burden his wife or his family with that end result. And proud to report that, he's still here, lost 40 pounds, got his life back. He feels like himself again. And one of the things I look at all kinds of crazy biohacks and modalities that you may not even think about. And one of those was stem cells. And I introduced Brent to the idea and the concept and the research that has been proven with Parkinson's. And he actually did a stem cell treatment in February out of the country, and is noticing some significant improvements in some of the symptoms he was having with his Parkinson's. So that's just another example of, like, when you have an issue and we can help you in any way. I always say we can go down the rabbit hole in lots of different ways. It can be game changing and life changing. And I think that's a perfect lead into, what we're trying to do with our big announcement, our program, and the opportunity that we want to kind of provide to you and tease you with. And for those of you that want to participate, we'll have a little opportunity for you to raise your hands at the end before we sign off, and Hollie and I will follow up with you on more details so that we can kind of talk to you individually about that. So that is why we're here.
Guys, who here, so after seeing all of those before and afters and after hearing those stories, do you feel inspired? I know I do, because we get to see the wall of fame that we have in our gym. We get to talk to these people all the time. We have text messages, emails, people sending us letters in the mail that this has literally changed my life. So what Matt and I wanted to do, and why we partnered together, is we wanted to create an environment for you guys where you do feel safe, you feel heard, you can begin to feel worthy. Some people don't even feel worthy of, being healthy. Have you ever been there before? You don't need to say in the chat, because I know it's a really tough conversation with yourself. Do you feel worthy enough to feel your best? Sometimes the answer is no. And if the answer is no, I want you to lean in. And now I'm going to start crying. I want you to lean in, because Matt and I both deeply care about people. And we deeply care about people being healthy, not to look all ripped and like at the gym. We want them to live their life to the fullest. You don't know how long you're here for. Matt had an accident 5 years ago, almost 5 years ago. And it was a wake-up call, because we were like, oh gosh, we're not guaranteed time, but the time that you are here, how do you want to spend it? If you want to put in the chat here, How do you want to spend your time? Do you want to go on vacation? Do you want to run around with your grandkids? Do you want to be able to go play with your children and not be out of breath? Do you want to walk up a flight of stairs and not feel like you can't breathe anymore? Do you want to be able to go to the grocery store and know exactly what to buy? Do you want to learn how to cook and be a cook for your family? Do you want to save money and not have to go to restaurants? Do you want to stop feeling pain, in all of your joints? Guys, if any of this is resonating with you, I want you to listen in because we have an opportunity for you to be a part of that. And it's crazy. Matt and I talked about like what we're going to be offering. I don't know how much we're going to say on here because it's actually insane. So please put in what word do we want to use in the chat? Because I know people are going to start wanting to say me.
No, I would say, just kind of a teaser overview. It's like I talked about in my post, that year of life transformation I went through post accident and the mindset and all the things that were involved with that. That's what inspired the name of what we're calling it. The YOLO stands for Year of Life and Onward. And it's going to be a 360, kind of YOLO 360. It's going to be a 1-year journey, much like I'm doing with my client and friend, Chris. And whatever that looks like for you, we want people to come with us on this program. It will be a paid program, but this first opportunity is going to be what we call the irresistible offer, the offer that you would feel stupid saying no to because we are pricing it insanely affordable, as we see if we share with the details. But you will also have the opportunity to create the program as we go based on your needs and building this program out. And it will evolve. And it's basically going to take us through all those 5 pillars that we talked about and we'll continue to talk about. But this is going to add the actionable steps, the accountability, the coaching. It has a coaching chat feature. It has a weekly accountability and weight management feature. It has modules for the different areas that we're building out. It's going to have habit formation, and we're going to do it together. And we're going to have things that you guys identify and girls that you feel will be supportive and just exciting. And I'm in like I shared in the post, a $20,000 mastermind with other coaches right now that are leading their own groups, and some of the ideas that they shared 3 weeks ago when I was at that coaching con, things they're doing in their group, like book clubs where people that are in their groups, things they're doing in there. What was that?
Sorry.
Doing.
I love you. I'm doing something you told me not to do. I'm like a child.
Like one of my imperfections, like when I'm talking, like I get so disrupted thought wise, but
you're doing so good, guys. Cheer Mr. O'Brien on. This is not natural for him, by the way. This is really, really hard. I'm the talker, as you can tell. So I'm so proud of you. And you're doing great. You're doing really good. If I don't interrupt.
No. But it's just, journeying through this and doing it together. I want it to be kind of a 1-year journey, and there'll be seasons where you're really focused and seasons when you're not. But at the end of a year, like we always get disappointed in what we can do in, 6 weeks. But if you take those baby steps forward, and that's why I call, the road to health journey. So it's all part of that. And we want those of you where you feel like it's a good fit and you want the most out of your life. This is going to take what we're doing here in Trap Nation to the next level. And it also provides a livelihood for us and allows us the freedom to do what we do. And part of that process is me hiring a GM for our facilities that we have, bricks and mortar, and all the stress that goes with that. But we're super excited on where we're going. And, it's just going to be this initial group. We're going to be running, this is a unique opportunity because you're going to be the first in lots of ways, especially with the offer. But it's also just what we're doing going forward. You're going to be encouraging others that join us later that our next offer is going to be part of a I don't know the tagline yet, but something for a cause. And we're going to be supporting different charities. So a portion of the proceeds in the program are going to be going to specific charities. So this month, we're going to run a promotion at the end of the month, which is not going to be as good as this one. But a portion of those are going to go to support some kind of veteran project in conjunction with Memorial Day. So I'm looking at different charities there. So this is all ways that we can give back and give to each other. And, it's just going to be a fun ride. It's, if it's the right fit, and we're excited. So that's kind of what we're talking about throughout this week. So those of you that put YOLO, we're going to have a conversation with you in any way possible, shape, and form, and talk about what we're doing and the opportunity. So if you're excited,
I don't know if you can see in the chat or not. We got a lot of people saying, YOLO, yes, I'm in. I want to be a pioneer. I'm interested. So some of these people have never met us before, and some people have known us for years. So the ones that have known us for years, you're like, yes, I'm in, because you know that what we do here matters, and what we do here really does change your life. And it also helps you change other people. So if you're looking and you're listening, going, okay, what is this? I really want to know. Just put YOLO. You're not like roped into anything. You're not, we want to journey with you for a year. Why is it a year? Because Rome wasn't built in a day. Your mind doesn't change in a day. Your body doesn't change in a day. And if it does, it doesn't last. We all know that. People have been on yo-yo diets. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. It's because it's not a lifestyle change. Matt and I like steak, cake, and cocktails. I love wine. I love pizza. We are more flexitarians than we are strict on anything else. So we want you to journey with us because we don't want you to stop living life. We want you to start living life. So as you guys hop on, if you're just tuning in, Matt and I are going over some incredible, exciting, big announcements that we want you to be a part of, not only to journey with, but to help us create. You get to create this with us to help more people. Go ahead and tag someone that maybe that needs to hear this, or tag someone that you're like, oh my gosh, do this with me. We're not meant to do life alone. There are studies and facts. Matt knows all the numbers of people that do things with other people. You may quit on yourself, but you sure as heck are not going to quit on your friend. So bring someone with you, because you guys will help encourage each other on. So we're getting a lot of people responding in here, people that have known us for years. Guys, just thank you for just tuning in with us, and thank you for being a part of this. Because of you, literally, we didn't even say this. I have goosebumps all over. This is because of you. This whole thing, Matt and I've literally teamed up and created Triumph Nation, our free group, what we're offering now because of you. And we're doing it at this insane, crazy deal where you'd have to be like, I'm an idiot. Am I allowed to say that? Like, I'm an idiot for not doing it. Like, we're trying to make it so good that you're going, ooh, I kind of have to, because we're going to help you change your life. And we want you to pass it forward. So is there any questions? I mean, is there any questions from you guys, or, just put YOLO in the comments and we'll go ahead and contact. We want to talk with you personally and meet with you just to see if you're a great fit for us, because again, we're a family owned company. We want to make sure that we're a good fit.
Absolutely. If you're tuning in on our Hollie's or my personal profiles and watching, you can still put YOLO there. And the first step we're going to do is invite you into Triumph Nation, because this opportunity and offer is going to be specifically unique. She's doing it again.
I'm trying to reply. So no, here's the deal. I am kind of like a 12-year-old, so I apologize. I'm like a child. So there's people that are commenting, and I want to comment back to them because they're so excited. They're like, guys, these folks are the real deal. My name's Christina. I can tell you I've been a member for a while. And I'm like, I want to comment back. So I'm going to keep my hands to myself, and I'm not going to comment yet.
See, yeah, we'll sort out the tech. I'm sure there's a way to do it without the volume somehow. But anyway, if you're watching our personal profiles, YOLO, you can put YOLO, and we're going to invite you into Triumph Nation, because the people in Triumph Nation are going to have a unique only offer. So that's what it's exciting. And I promise you, it's not going to be, it's affordable to everybody. But we want you to have a little skin in the game, but it's going to be a fun ride. We're still going to be I would encourage you, like, the more you stay plugged in to Triumph Nation and to what we're creating and, the content that we're producing, but we're also bringing in, interviewing those of you going through the program. I'm going to bring in outside experts and do community meetups. And we are in the process, those of you that aren't local, of creating our first live event here in the Tampa area where people love to come and travel to. So we're very fortunate. So we'll probably be doing that later this year and just have our first Triumph Health, Happiness, and Hope Summit, I think we're going to call it. And so lots of things happening. And that's where we're at. So if I weren't 66.
I know Melanie's about to get in trouble. If I weren't 66, I would definitely say yes. We're going to squash that, girlfriend. We're squashing it because it doesn't matter what age you are and where you're at in your life. You are meant to feel good. You're meant to look good. And you're meant to do more things in your life. Your life is not over at 66. So we're going to that right now. And your life maybe can just begin. If you're not feeling good where you are today, I don't care if you're 98 years old. If you're not feeling good where you are today, do you feel like you deserve to feel better? You don't have to answer me if you don't want to, but I'm just telling you, answer in your head. Do you feel like at 66, you deserve to feel better? I'm going to say yes. And I want other people in here to say yes. Say, girl, your life isn't over at 66. You deserve to feel better. You're worthy.
Yeah,
you are
absolutely. Worthy. And just like I shared with the story about Brent, like there are tools in the toolbox. If you have an open mind that I can create awareness or we can create awareness and potentially plug you into resources. But if you aren't feeling like saying yes at 66, that's kind of an indicator that maybe something's amiss. I was just doing a consult before I got on this with somebody that is 65 and she's super excited about bridging the gap from where she's at to where she could be. Because most of aging is lifestyle choices that we can fix. And if you have an open mind and the research that I've done, like for example, hormone replacement therapy can be a game changer. There's a lot of misinformation based on the original study data reported from the Women's Health Initiative was completely effed up. I don't want to say the F bomb, but maybe I will someday for effect.
I know you don't normally cause it's normally me.
No, but they put it out, and unfortunately, headlines that we see become facts, and even doctors are still got it backwards. But what they really have re-reported is that health replacement therapy or hormone replacement therapy in women over the age of 60 is life extending, promotes bone density, muscle, nerve, less body fat, better sleep, all these things that you have access to if you have awareness and an open mind and not a fear-based mindset. So we're not going to say you got to do that. I'm just creating awareness that it exists. And that may be the bridge between you, where you are now, and where you want to be and how you want to feel. So there's certainly things that we're going to make you aware of that will help you live your best life. So, but we can't make you do it. Obviously, it's got to come from within, and you got to want it. Like I said,
I'm going to call you, Melanie. She's on here. She's like, that would be wonderful. Let's set up a chat. Put YOLO in the chat. We want to talk to you because I have a feeling there's some things that you don't know that you don't know. Okay.
And that's not your fault. It's it's
no.
the day and age we live in.
That's why we're here.
A Harvard researcher that just to prove a point, because he was so frustrated with the way study data was reported, like headline chasing media outlets, and so he factualized in a complete study, and it was like cancer or chocolate cures cancer was kind of the headline that he set up the study data to reflect. But he said a high school journalism student doing 5 minutes of due diligence would have figured out this was a hoax. And yet it got reported in 105 different media publications. And then he revealed this was all BS. And this is, he's basically making the point like, y'all are idiots and you're not, there's no integrity in the news anymore. It's like, who is going to get the most eyeballs? So it's like a headline chasing scenario. And that just leaves us all to be confused. We don't know what to do. And the food companies and the drug companies like that because confusion creates status quo. You're afraid to do anything, and you're going to keep eating the foods that promote disease. So the drug companies can medicate you, and the food companies can make profits on the foods that you're eating. So it's a vicious cycle, and we want to break you out of that, release the chains, and break you free of that.
Free. Guys, that sounds like that would be a good show. Do you guys want to hear Mr. Brian go into detail on that show? I knew this would be a little bit longer, so we just want to, okay, so it's 7:53. So we're going to end off in just a few minutes. So if you guys have made it all the way to the end, thank you so much. We're going to break some of this down when we guys talk to you. Put YOLO in the chat. If you're interested, even remotely interested, please do. We want to talk with you. We want to get to know you. We want to squash those fears, because fears are not real. Fears are made up. So definitely put YOLO in the chat there. We are in multiple groups. So if you're watching on my personal page, make sure you put Nation so we can invite you into the Nation, because only the Nation members are going to get this crazy, special, insane, life-changing opportunity. If you're on Matt's page, do the exact same. If you're in the Nation, we're going to make sure we go through those comments, and I'm not going to do it now because I kept getting in trouble. And we will make sure that we connect with you. So I like some of the stuff that you were saying, and I didn't mean to cut you off, but I did, because I think that'd be a great future episode. So don't say too much now.
No, I think that's right. And I see Jim must be on my profile. But Jim, if you're watching and listening, yeah, we'll invite you into Trap Nation. That's our private group where we're streaming this into, but we decided to stream to our profiles just to increase awareness of what we're doing. We'd love to have you in. It's a private group that Hollie and I have created to help purpose-driven, time-starved people navigate through their best life with health and happiness. And we'd love to have you in there. And in that group, we're making a special offer of this new program. We're calling it YOLO, Year of Life and Onward. So that is people that are interested, just put YOLO. We're going to reach out to you and give you more information. And if it's something you want to participate in, it's going to be a win-win-win-win-win situation. So next week, it's just some exciting stuff happening. And end of next week, I'm going out to Colorado, not to mountain bike, Hollie, but actually to do a retreat in Estes Park in the mountains and have some time and white space with our Mother Nature, God, the universe, and some really good people. So I'm super excited about that. But we're still going to talk about how we're going to bring this to you and make it happen, because we committed to that and where we're going from here. So lots of YOLOs. I love it.
Yes, lots of YOLOs, guys. This is amazing. So we are going to tune off, but I do want to leave you with this. If you're watching now and you've just tuned in, you're like, what the heck is going on? Just let us know. Do you want to join the Nation? If you're on our private groups, just type in Nation. We've got a lot of things we want to share with you. If you want to change your life, put YOLO, because we want to help you change it. And there's other people that want to support you in that as well. So we want to leave you with thank you for joining TNL, Triumph Nation Live. We will go live next week, every single Wednesday in our private group. We're not going to be live on our pages again. So if you want this, go ahead and go to our Triumph Nation. We put Nation, and we will invite you into our group. They're about 20 minutes long. This one's longer because we wanted to share with you everything going on. But they're about 20 minutes. You can watch the replays. We've got a lot of stuff in that group that we're teaching you, and we want to invite you in. So is there anything? We got a couple minutes. Is there anything else you want to say? And say goodbye.
So somebody said live on Mondays and Wednesdays. Just a rundown on my profile and in the Triumph Nation group. On Mondays, I do a 30-minute-ish topic show called Magic Pill Mondays. Topic sources from my book, The Magic Pill. And I will be also bringing on guests onto that show. I just lined up my first guest for next Monday. And the episode's going to be titled, as long as we work out the details, Less is Best. And this is a client that was working with a nutritionist and plateaued for 8 months. And she worked with me, and we actually employed less complicated things, less time consumption, and made her life easier. And she got phenomenal results. So I want you to hear it from her, not from me. But that's Mondays, and Wednesdays will be our Triumph Nation Live. And then on Hollie's channel, she does a show on Wednesdays called Shift Happens. And that's just interviewing people in their life that went through a shift, and they get to share through that process. And then on Fridays, I do the Fat to Fit show with Chris Eastman, and we're documenting his 1 year journey from morbid obesity to optimum health. And so that airs on Fridays. So, but they're all going to be available on YouTube, and we're just excited. There's a lot happening. So forgive us if we make mistakes along the way.
I'm perfect. I don't make mistakes. I'm kidding.
Okay,
guys, you guys have an awesome Wednesday. We can go ahead and in the comments, we'll put the different times and stuff so you can set your timers. Triumph Nation, we have events set up so you guys will always know what's going on. Other than that, I hope you have a great Wednesday, and make sure you tune in on Friday for the Fat to Fit show. Say bye.
Bye, everybody. We love you.